Hello, everyone. We're going to wait a few minutes, as we always do, to give people time to come in. Going to put the hashtags in the chat. Those of you who are watching the replay, thank you. Hello, hello. Go ahead and drop your name and say hello in the chat for me so I can know who's here. And remember, if you're not using StreamYard, you'll need to put your name so I will know who you are. And for those that are already on, if you would be so kind as to share this broadcast with your followers, I would appreciate it. The hashtags are located in the chat. Hey, Keish. Kilolo, as I affectionately call her. We are here for the Leadership 101 finale. And as always, I'm going to wait just a few more minutes to give people a little bit more time before we get started. And I don't think tonight is going to be very long. But yeah, we're still going to get started on time. So share, share, share. Hashtags are located in the chat. And we will get started in just a little bit. One more minute. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Kayvon. If y'all see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone because I'm looking at 3 different platforms that this is going live in. So I'm not ignoring you guys. All right, about 30 more seconds, and we will get ready to move forward. Another disclaimer, if y'all see me drinking my water, you know it's because I'm trying not to get choked on screen. I am not trying to go out like that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Those that have been with me from day one, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you participating and being a part of this audience. Hello, whoever said, "What's up, Dr. Becky?" That sounds like Shanika, but I'm not sure. So put your name in the chat for me so I can see and say hello to you. Thank you, though. It's coming. It is coming. All right. So tonight we're going to continue with confidence. Part 2. I said that we probably have more to share, and well, hey, Kat. I was wrong, but same sentiment. Thank you so much, sis. But we're gonna do confidence part 2, and it's a little bit different tonight. To be very honest, be very transparent. Yeah, I am like beyond tired, and so I almost postponed tonight just because I really need some rest. But as God would have it, I actually got ready to put a cancellation up, and I saw Dr. Chastity Dean Anthony had posted, "Can't wait till tonight." I said, "Okay, Jesus, you got jokes." And so with that, I was encouraged to push a little further so that we can finish this out strong. But tonight we're talking about confidence, but it's going to be in a little different vein. Um, still in leadership, but I'm dealing with the human side of leadership tonight, and I'm going to be very transparent, sharing some of my most recent um, confidence shakers, as I call them, and hopefully what I share with you will be something you can definitely put in your arsenal to help you along the way and down the road, because there will definitely be times that you are going to have your confidence shaken if you are a leader in any capacity. And whatever you do, if you're an entrepreneur, if you work a job, whatever it is, your confidence is going to be shaken along the way. And so hopefully the things that I share with you on tonight, you'll be able to use, or you'll be able to share with somebody that they'll be able to use along the way. A couple of announcements before I jump into our content. As I've said over the last couple of weeks, I'm trying to find my stuff, y'all. Told you I'm sleeping. But as I said, over the last couple of weeks, we are hosting Confident Not Conceited Masterclass on starting on December 11th. It's a two-part masterclass that's going to be held over 2 days, but it starts December 11th. You can check out the information and register at rgcoachingconsulting.org, and you should be able to see all the details there. If you have any other questions, of course, you can email me at rgcoachingconsulting@gmail.com. And then also our pretty distinguished leadership development program that is coming, the spring cohort, spring 22 cohort is fastly approaching. This year, this spring cohort is going to be totally free to our participants. Ages, well, grades 9 through 12. And so that is something that I look forward to every year, working with our teams on a close basis and seeing their leadership develop in them. The potential is already there, but seeing them tap into it themselves is always, always, always something that is rewarding. And so it's going to be free for them. But if you would like to sow and contribute by purchasing a leadership development book, you can do so at rgcoachingconsulting.org, because that is a manual that they will use during that cohort. And I'll share these announcements again at the end of the broadcast. All right, so I hope you got your pen and paper ready to take notes. Let's get started. So, like I said, we are doing confidence part 2 in leadership. This time I'm going to deal with one of the questions that I know I'm jumping around a little bit. I guess I'm excited about what I'm sharing. One of the questions that I got from those who registered for Leadership 101 was, how do you recover, or how do you deal with building your confidence back after you failed? And so that's kind of what I'm going to address tonight. It won't be necessarily talking about failure, but I'm going to deal with disappointment, because I don't believe that you fail if you are seeking to try again. Failing is when you quit, when you just decide that I'm not going to do it anymore and you have let it go. That is when failure has the option to enter in, and you've chosen not to learn and move forward. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to get to. All right. So let me share my screen and then we'll get started. All right. So, confidence, rebuilding after disappointment. When disappointment comes as a leader, as someone who has people who look up to them, as a business owner, as a parent, as anyone who is in a capacity that others are depending on you or trusting you to make decisions, disappointment will come. It's inevitable. We are human, and things happen. Life hits us all at different times, and so we have to learn how to rebuild our confidence after that disappointment, because sometimes those earthquakes in life can shake you so, and you are just left looking like, what is going on? Again, thank you for those who are tuning in. Drop your name in the chat so I can say hello and you can participate with us. All right, as we have done every week, guys, this is an interactive session. So I want you to drop in the chat a personal disappointment and a professional disappointment that you don't mind sharing. It's not going to put anybody on blast, but something that you don't mind sharing. Hey, B, blowing up out the other year. Don't forget to drop that link in the chat, Barbara. All right, so share a personal disappointment and share a professional disappointment that you have experienced and don't mind sharing with our audience. There you go. Yes. A personal disappointment or a professional disappointment you don't mind sharing. Hey, Shifa. Are y'all gonna be scared tonight? Y'all just gonna let me throw myself out there? Okay. Well, if you feel like sharing, go ahead. You know you can drop it in the chat at any given moment. I'm going to share mine. That's gonna lead me right into what we're talking about. And tonight, y'all have my notes, so that's what I'm looking at as well. So, a personal disappointment happened recently. I shared this in my classy women's group earlier today. And tonight is about being totally transparent because I believe that if you're not transparent, people are not going to believe what you say. I mean, you can sell something long, but what makes the sale is people believing that you have and that you've been through or you've experienced what it is that you're selling. So I'm going to be transparent. Barbara, I see your comment and I will address it in just a moment. So recently, y'all, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week, I promoted my new product line and everything, and I did not make one sale in those days. And so it was a personal and professional disappointment for me because I felt like there was something that I didn't do that led to the outcome of zero sales in those particular days. And so I was beating myself up. I'm talking about in a slump. I was sad. I was just, woe is me and bump this. And mentally, I quit. I was like, I'm done. Um, I'm done with RG Culture Consulting. I threw everything out the bag. I was just done. I was like, okay, this is too much work mentally. It's too much work emotionally. And I just cannot do this anymore from an incident. Now, it was big, but still, I put everything into one box and said, "Here, you can have it back. I'm done." I was ready to make my farewell and all of that. And then I got to talking to my life coach, got to talking to my business mentor, and of course I had a little talk with Jesus, and all of them responded kind of the same way. What you talking about? What you doing? Quit what? Why? Because you had a bad day? Because you didn't get any sales? Is that the only reason that you're in this business? Is that the only reason that you created RG Coaching Consultant? I thought you created it to change lives, to help people, to give people tools. But you gonna quit? And that's how those conversations went. And so it was an immediate check for me. Even though I was disappointed, I had to get back up. Okay. I had to remind myself that this is at the end. And you're not the first person to experience something like this. So stop making it an end all be all. And so that was my personal and professional disappointment in the last week. Okay. I'm talking about just starting to get over it this week in all transparency. Okay. I'm gonna share Barbara's and then we'll move forward. Professional and personal would be not getting backing from expected places. Listen, honey, that's a book, okay? That's an entire book. And we can set ourselves up for that disappointment because we place expectations on others that they never asked for. Just because we are connected to people doesn't mean we can put certain expectations on them. Who told us to? There is no law that says that we have to expect this from a certain person, and we do that because of our automatic connection. And it's not always good. Most of the time it's not good because it creates that unrealistic expectation, which sets up the platform for major disappointment. So I can certainly attest to that, Barbara. And we can definitely learn from those spaces. All right, so let's move forward, guys. So how did you recover from what you did? Or what happened? What did you do? And I put on here, recovery is the biggest flex after a disappointment. Y'all see my typos? Recovery is the biggest flex after disappointment. Now, I'm not the person who says I got haters and stuff like that. I don't have the energy or the space to give to that. But there are people who are looking for you to not recover after you have been disappointed or you failed. And I put that in air quotes. Okay. They're looking for you not to get back up. They're looking at you in the ring, and you just got knocked out by some life blow. And they are looking in the audience and watching the referee count over you and hoping that the referee makes it to 10 before you get up. So when you get up, that's the biggest flex. Okay. Then you can say, you know what? I almost gave up. I laid down. I thought about giving up. I almost let go, but guess what? I'm back up and I'm back again. And I'm not going to stop until I see the things that I have spoken concerning me, the things that God has spoken concerning me, the things that I know that are in me. So recovery is the biggest flex after disappointment. All right. Oh, I forgot. Don't forget to drop the hashtags, guys, and share this with your social media followers. They are in the chat for those who are just joining us. Yes, be uncovered to recover. Yes, ma'am. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 steps to rebuilding confidence after disappointment. These are not exclusive. These are not all of them. These are the ones that worked for me. So I know they'll work for you. You can add to your steps. You can have the 21 steps of rebuilding confidence. But I do know that these 3 main steps will get you somewhere and get you where you need to be. All right, number 1, you have to remind yourself that you are human and to give yourself grace. As leaders, as entrepreneurs, as parents, as educators, whatever capacity that you operate in, we often get caught up in the position, and we're trying to do well in the position, and we're trying to make sure that we don't let anyone down, that we forget that we are human and that we are flawed and that we will make mistakes. We are nowhere near perfect. There was only one perfect man, and that is Jesus. We strive to be like him, but we are not him. So we are not perfect in this earth, okay? We are going to make mistakes, and we have to remind ourselves to give ourselves grace. When I felt that disappointment from not getting any sales, after I got out of my feelings, I had to remind myself, but did you create the line? But do you have an entire business that's legitimate? Is your name out there? Have you secured some clients? What have you done? I had to remind myself of what I had done, give myself grace, learn from whatever it is that was going on, and then prepare myself to move forward. So that's step one. Remind yourself that you're human and give yourself grace. Y'all, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Oh, excuse me. All right. Get up quickly. Now, this one was definitely something that I had to learn because being who I am, I have a tendency to wallow in my moment. I will sit there and soak it all up. I will sit there and woe is me, woe is me. I will have a pity party. I'm talking about balloons and presents and lights, camera action. I have a full pity party and just overthink the entire thing sometimes. But what I've learned over the last few years is that you have to get up quickly. You can't wallow in disappointment, because when you wallow in disappointment, you give room to negative thinking. The emotion of the moment is natural. But when you get past the emotion and you start to allow the negative thoughts to take root, that's when you enter into a dangerous territory. So you cannot wallow in disappointment. You have to get up quickly. Does that mean that you're going to be excited when you get up? Absolutely not. And I will give this example. I told y'all I'm being transparent tonight, okay? So earlier this week, this was kind of funny. Earlier this week, I was at school, and I was walking down the hallway, going through a corridor, and I tripped and fell and went flying. I mean, fell hard down the hallway and slid. So it wasn't just a tumble; it was a tumble, trip, slide. Like I was running into home, and was trying to win the game, and I fell hard, and I had to lay there for a minute because I didn't know if something was broken. I didn't know, if I was really severely hurt or anything like that. And I had to sit there for a minute. And then all of the people that were near me came around me and were looking at what had happened and were ready to make the next move as if I was really injured. After I got my bearings, got over the emotion of it and the embarrassment of it, I realized I wasn't as hurt as I looked. And so I told them, give me a minute, I'm going to get up. And so I got up quickly. From that moment, I could have laid on that floor. I could have waited on somebody to come get me. I could have done all of that. I could have soaked that moment up. Yes, get the ambulance because I'm not getting up, or whatever it was. But I didn't, because I knew I wasn't as hurt as I looked. After I got over the emotion, hear what I'm saying? After I got over the emotion of the incident, I knew I wasn't hurt as bad as I looked, and I knew that I could stand up. And so once I got up, I limped a little bit, but I was okay. And I knew what to do when I got home to make sure that I wasn't going to be sore and hurting. Now, if I had realized there was something, I was injured, then I would have taken the next step. But in that moment, I felt like I was okay. I knew that I could walk away. That's what I did. I got up quickly and I walked away, and I was good the next day. That's what you have to do when disappointment hits you. You cannot wallow in it. You can't eat. I don't care how embarrassing it is. I don't care how much it hurt you. You have to get up, even if you have to limp after you get up. But you get up and you limp and you get help. Then you encourage yourself to get back in it. All right, let's go to step 3. Now, this one is probably one of the, I don't know, all of them are important, but this one is a big one. You have to surround yourself with others who are removed from the emotion. The people who were standing around me didn't feel what I was feeling. They could see it. They were empathetic. Okay. They were sympathetic, but they weren't feeling that emotion internally. Okay. So they could see it a little bit clearly. They were objective. They could see me on the ground and which position I was in, if something was twisted, if something was broken. And so they could have given me instructions saying, well, don't move your foot because it looks something. It looks swollen. It looks whatever. Don't move your arm because we see it's bent a little bit. People who are around you that see the disappointing thing that has happened to you, but are not in that moment with you, can help you navigate through it. They have to be objective, and then it has to be someone who knows what you're capable of. It can't be somebody who just sees you at this level. It has to be someone who has already attributed your greatness. They've already spoken how powerful you are. They already see how dynamic you are with the team. They see how you are with this group. They see how you are in this department. They see how you are in this part of your business. They see and know what you're capable of. And then it has to be someone who wants you to win. I don't care if it's 2 people out of 100. They have to be someone who wants to see you win and not just be at the same level that you are now. It is important, it is critical that as a leader, you have a team surrounding you that's going to help you build you. Okay. Yes, you pour into the team. Yes, you help develop the team. Yes, you help get the team going and meeting goals and all of that. But you also have to have that core group that is going to help you not see the emotion of the situation, help you. They're removed from the emotion of the situation. They're objective. They see you and know what you're capable of. And they want to see you win. If they are not, they don't have these 4 qualities, you need to erase and replace. They can still be cool with you. I'm not saying dismiss everybody, but that's not the group that needs to be around you as a leader. Leaders are eagles. They cannot afford to hang around on the ground with it's gonna sound a little bit arrogant, but it's not. It's confident, not conceited. You can't afford to hang around on the ground or in the ground area because you have a higher height that you have to get to. You can't be weighted down with people who don't see where you're trying to go, with people who don't see the potential in you, and it just may be something that's blocking that potential. It has to be a core group that is going to help you they're going to be objective. They're going to see you and know what you're capable of, and they want to see you win. That is critical. I cannot stress that enough. Had I had the wrong people in my ear last week when I said I quit, we wouldn't be having this live today because my emotions would have taken over and they wouldn't have known how to help me navigate through that moment, through that feeling. Feelings are fleeting. And I am the queen of feelings, but I understand that they are fleeting and that I might be sad right now, but in a couple of hours I could be laughing and gotten over whatever it was that had me sad. As a leader, you have to be emotionally aware. That's a whole nother training, but you have to be aware of your emotions. And when disappointment comes in, it shakes your confidence. And you have to have the right people around you to help you get back into the mindset to rebuild your confidence. If you don't have the mindset to rebuild, you absolutely will not. And that's a reality, but it's definitely something that you have to be aware of in order to be a great leader. So let's recap. Let me go back so we can recap. All right, remind yourself, step 1, remind yourself that you're human and give yourself grace. Step 2, get up quickly. Do not wallow in that disappointment. Do not lay in that embarrassment. And don't allow anyone else to remind you of the disappointment and the embarrassment. Not consistently. Sometimes it's a lesson, and we need to look at it and break down, okay, where did I go wrong? How did this happen? That's fine. But someone who constantly brings up that disappointment, someone who constantly brings up that embarrassment or that situation that was difficult that you didn't think you were going to make it through, that's not it. Okay, so get up quickly. Don't walk in disappointment or embarrassment, and encourage yourself. And finally, step 3, surround yourself with others who are removed from the emotion or the embarrassment of it, with others who are objective. They have to be able to look on the outside and look in. It can't be someone in the circle with you. 9 times out of 10, y'all gonna see the same thing. So you got to have somebody objective. You have to surround yourself with others who see and know what you're capable of, and you have to surround yourself with others who want to see you win. And you can tell when people want you to win, and you can tell when people are looking at you kind of like, a little side eye. So definitely keep those in your corner. And finally, confidence is the backbone of leadership. Absolutely. You cannot be an effective leader if you are not confident. But that does not mean that that backbone won't bend. There will be times, you are human. You will have disappointing times as a leader, and you have to know that. But when those times that your backbone is bending, straighten it back out and move forward. It might take you a minute to get your bearings, to gather yourself, but you can straighten it back out and you can move forward confidently. And what I found is that after our confidence is shattered, usually we come back and we fight harder. We're ready to go a little bit longer. We're ready to fight a little bit stronger. And we can see clearly in other areas. And we have a different eyesight because now we know the blows that might come. Okay. We might know, we know, okay, this might come around the corner. So I'm going to put this up just in case. It helps you to be proactive. Okay. Your backbone might bend, but you can straighten it back out and move forward. All right, guys, that is the end of Leadership 101. Getting the fundamentals of leadership. I hope that you have enjoyed this series. If you have not tuned in to every week, you can go back on RG Coaching Consulting's page and check out all of the videos. It's a 4-part series. Check those videos out, share them, use the hashtags, and make sure that you tune in. We will be doing another series very soon. Let me stop sharing my screen, guys. We will be doing another series very soon. But in the meantime, go back and check out those replays. And you can watch them at your leisure, at your convenience. They're going to remain on RG Coaching Consulting's page. Again, Confident Not Conceited Masterclass will begin December 11th. You can check out more information and register at rgcoachingconsulting.org. That is my website. Also, go check out the Classic Collection on RG Coaching Consulting. It's I lost my train of thought. It's a t-shirt and mugs for everybody. So go ahead and check those out. And then Pretty Distinguished Leadership Development Cohort Spring 2022 will be launching very soon. It will registration will open up, and it is totally free. This spring cohort, guys, for grades 9 through 12. They will be able to register through the website. So if you know a dynamic youth who would benefit from this program, please, please, please make sure you mention it to them. Again, it is totally free. I know that as a parent, sometimes we want our children involved in things and the money is just not there, or we need to allot that to something else. So definitely mention that to a parent if you don't know anyone, so that we can get our kiddos registered and get them ready for the spring cohort. It will kick off in February, but registration is going to close in January. So when that opens up, you want to make sure that they jump on it pretty quickly. Also, if you want to sponsor our youth, you can do so at RG Coaching Consulting, just $10. I will be purchasing your leadership development manual, and you can do that as well. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight and all the other nights. Share this with your followers for me. I would appreciate it. You guys have a fabulous, fabulous night. I am going to sleep. Thank you all for listening. If I do not see you before Christmas, have a very wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a beautiful new year. RG Culture Consulting is shifting for 2022, so stay tuned so you don't miss that shift. Have a good night, guys.